Alright, so this is going to be a little bit more of a boring video, so I brought some eye candy with me. It's not me, by the way. It's Penny. She's back. It's been forever, Penny. Welcome back. But let's get serious. Clash Royale is kind of dead to me right now. I have been playing this game ever since I was in middle school, and 8 years later, I don't have the same passion as I used to have. This game used to be so much fun for me. I used to always dreamed of being like a content creator for this game, but now I don't really feel like doing that anymore since the game feels more like an advertisement or a company rather than a game. With their recent decisions such as Goblin Queen's Journey, Evolutions, and their new offer system, their new way of selling you stuff, I feel like the game feels more like one giant way for a corporation to make money rather than a game. It's like a business first and a game second, which is not how good games are made. Originally, when it came out, you could see the passion put into the game. It was just so much fun, and it wasn't even required to spend money in order to play this game. Anyone could play it. But now, if you want to be competitive, you're going to have to spend some money. Decisions in the game have kind of killed it for me, especially with them constantly shoving awful offers down our face. It is just getting ridiculous now, and it's not just with Clash Royale, it's with other Supercell games too, like Brawl Stars and even their latest game, Squad Busters. Whenever you open a shop in those games, the first thing you see is cash offers. Originally, it wasn't like this. Originally, the first things you would used to see are stuff like daily deals and even some gem offers in Clash Royale and even in Brawl Stars. But now, whenever you open a game, it's just trying to get you to spend some money. Originally in Clash Royale and in Brawl Stars, whenever you open the shop, the first thing you would see is their daily offers, mostly stuff that you can buy with in-game currency. But now they got a new method. Whenever you open up shops, the first thing you see is a money offer. In Clash Royale, it's the pass. In Brawl Stars, it's the pass. In Squad Busters, it's the pass. Are you guys seeing a pattern? I am. Let me see a pattern. Let me double check before I look like a fool. It is the pass! Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that, but I was right. Basically now Supercell games are a subscription if you want to stay competitive. If you're new at least. If you have been playing for years and years, you'll eventually get there. But if you start the game now, there is no way you're going to max out. Not at least if you're free to play. Recent decisions have made these purchases less practical to me. For example, their pass is a big thing. If you look at the old pass in Clash Royale and the new pass in Clash Royale, there is just nowhere near as much value. The only value you can get in the new pass is by getting the evolutions, which are the only way you can get is by paying for the pass. If you do want to get them otherwise, you can either get them by lucky drops, which is totally luck, or you can save up wild shards, which will take up 6 months if you buy them from the season shop. You can technically get them by upgrading your King Tower, but then that is by luck in a box, and there's going to be the point where you can't even upgrade your King Tower anymore, so that is just not practical, especially with so many evolutions being added to the game. I'm going to get off topic for a second, but Brawl Stars did the same thing with their new pass. Basically, they made it cost more, and then it gives less. Same with Clash Royale. You're going to be paying more money and getting less value. No one's been giving the same crap about Brawl Stars pass, but if you look at it, it costs more and gives you less than old Brawl Stars pass. You used to get chromatic characters whenever a new pass would come out, and you used to be able to buy the pass with gems. Now the pass only costs money if you want to get it, and you don't even get your chromatic character, you just get enough points to unlock a new character as an epic. Essentially, you're getting less value. Even Squad Busters has a pass. Basically, if you want to progress in the game and you want to get to the top, the pass is required. My friend got the pass, and he is progressing a lot faster than me in the game. And I got the game like a week or two before him, and he has sword passed me into Legendary Arena, and when I'm still stuck in like the Boom Beach place. And that's just because of the pass. It just gives you so much progression in that game. If you want to progress, you need to buy the pass. The biggest problem in Clash Royale right now is evolutions and level 15. Evolutions, in my opinion, feel more like a game mode rather than an actual new mechanic in the game. Clash Royale is following this formula to make money. Instead of making like a brand new arena or new cards or an actual new mechanic, what they're doing is they're making evolutions, which is basically this formula they made. They can just make out every month and make more money every time they put it out. Evolutions feel more like they just buff and tweak some stats to the card and add a gimmick to it and put a new skin to it, and that is all. And boom, just like that, they make $12 a month for anyone who buys the pass. And with so many evolutions coming out, there is no way that any free-to-play player is going to unlock them all. In my opinion, like, it really feels like they're just tweaking some stats and selling it to you as a brand new card for $12 a month. If you look at this week's special challenge, you would see they're doing the Super Troop challenge, and evolutions, in my opinion, feel like a Super Troop. They feel like they shouldn't actually be like part of the main base game, and more like in their own special game mode rather than something that's just in the game as a mechanic. Do look at the Super Troops, you do have some similarities with evolutions, except evolutions are slightly more balanced because they are in the main game. But if you look at stuff like the Barbarian Launcher and the Evolved Mortar, they look pretty similar. Same with the Super Archers and the Evolved Archers. Basically, they do more damage whenever they shoot arrows. In fact, I got an idea for a bunch of new evolutions now. What if we just made it do 10% more damage and have the same cost? That's basically what evolutions feel like to me. They're just tweaking some stats and selling it to you for $12. And if you don't get it, you're at a disadvantage. Another thing I am disappointed with Clash Royale is like their new mechanics in the game. If you look at one of the latest troops, the Goblin Demolisher, you see he has his mechanic. When he is at half health, he starts doing something completely different. And that was totally unique at the time. For like a month. And then after a month, after they made this new mechanic, they started to reuse it as much as they could instead of coming up with new stuff. For example, if you look at the Evolved Goblin Drill or the Evolved Goblin Giant, when they reach a certain amount of health, they do the exact same thing. It's slightly different, but essentially they're reusing a mechanic instead of coming up with something original. This really feels cheap in my opinion. Technically, it's not the same thing, but in the end, they're just reusing stuff, and it feels really cheap to me. And then they just sell to you for $12 a month, and for the Goblin Drill, and additional $12 since it was only exclusive to a shop offer. Even the marketing feels like a formula. If you've seen their latest shorts, it always starts with the same thing. Did you know? And you will see it if you look at all their new shorts. And me, like, it feels like they're following this exact formula to get a bunch of views. Did you know the Goblin Demolisher did this before? Do you know the Goblin Drill did this before? And no, I did not know because you made it up. It's brand new. It's not part of the lore of Clash Royale.
Did you know there was once a goblin so good at stealing gold, he was pretty much a goblin celebrity? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
That is a side tangent, but it kind of bugs me. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Penny, did you know that the Goblin Cage got so strong because he hit that subscribe button? That was cheeky. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing that again. Also, with evolutions, they feel really cheap. Whenever I see them, I'm like, wow, that's cool for like a week. And then I realize I can't even play them. So like, I don't really care about evolutions. And when I do see them in the match, I'm like, what is this? It really confuses me. And that's a whole bunch of new mechanics you're going to have to learn because every card has like 2 states now. Or at least like the evolved cards now. The evolved state and the normal state. And you have to learn mechanics for both of them in order to know how to counter them. So evolutions give you a huge advantage. Whenever you get them at the start, they are just so powerful. Look at the evolved Goblin Drill. That thing was basically guaranteed damage. And then they do nerf it after everyone gets their hands on it to make it more balanced. But then the next month they do the same thing and make a new evolution that is so powerful. And then they do nerf it to make it more balanced because now everyone has it. And then they do the same thing and it just goes on and on and on. Another big thing is they start putting deals in the main screen, which is really annoying. Like this legendary offer or this champion offer, it's always on the screen for a week and I'm never going to get it. And it's just pestering me just to buy it every single week. It's just so annoying and the deals are just so bad. Like $2 for 2 legendary wildcards. I don't think that's a good deal. Especially when, like, back in my day, you could spend, like, $5 and you can max out a champion with a book of books, which apparently is now $20. So, like, what's the old pass, like worth $20 then? Plus all the content? It's just confusing. The prices have totally shifted. Technically, if you're, like, never played the game before, they could be good deals. But if you know seen what they had before, the deals are just really bad compared to what they used to be. Shop is constantly shoving down bad deals. One day I counted the deals and there was like 18 paid deals before you can actually get to the daily shop. Of course, there is this little shortcut where you can like double click on a shop to get to the daily deals. But anyways, I always end up scrolling past all these deals because I'm just trying to get to my daily deals, and it's just getting to a point where it's ridiculous. You're just scrolling longer than you spend time in the shop now. I had an update recently with the Goblin Queen's Journey, and in my opinion, that felt more like a special game mode that should have been in the season shop for like a week before going away. And they just made a whole Pass of Legends trophy road for it. And after the first 1,000 trophies, I realized this isn't worth my time. It feels more like a game mode that should have been gone a long time ago than like an actual new event that is worthy of a whole trophy road system. And the problem, and a big problem I have with it, is that like the new cards are kind of locked behind them. So unless if you like can trade with a clanmate, you're going to have to push with you're going to have to push the Goblin's Queen Journey if you want to get the latest cards. Especially if you're like a new player and you missed those unlocked today specials with the Goblin Machine and the Cursed Bush thing, Suspicious Bush. Yeah. Also, looking at the new cards, they, in my opinion, feel more like a mod. The Goblin Machine, I never see in battles, and like the 1 or 2 times that I do now, it's like, whoa, I forgot that card existed, and then it gets destroyed. When it first came out, it was so powerful, and people put a bunch of money into it, and then like a week later, this card has just been nerfed to death, and like it is no longer usable. They did give it a little buff, but even if you still try to use it, it is garbage compared to its original state. It's like Clash Royale was trying to copy what they did with the Phoenix and make a really powerful card and have a bunch of people pay for it, and then boom, once people got it, nerf it back to balanced, and all is good for Clash Royale. But with all these changes in Clash Royale, I have been playing the game a lot less than I used to. I used to like back in my day, I used to spend like an hour a day on the game since like I had nothing better to do, and I had fun. But now I'm kind of feeling regret for doing that because, like, seeing how the game has progressed, all those things I learned in this game is just kind of useless now if I'm not going to play it anymore. I wish I spent my time on something else, like learning how to play chess, because, like, chess, I know that sounds kind of stupid, but, like, chess never has balance updates, and basically everyone knows how to play chess, and wouldn't it have been cool to have my Clash Royale knowledge in a game that everyone can play, and it is pretty fun if you get to know it. So I've been playing chess a lot more than I've been doing Clash Royale now. And honestly, unless if Clash Royale does something different, and for real buff Three Musketeers, I don't think I'm going to be playing as much as I used to. Probably like 10 minutes a day just to get my clan war attacks in. There are better things you can spend your time on. For example, 2 years ago, I started doing some weightlifting. And man, I wish I started a lot sooner. And that is a lot better use of my time than Clash Royale. And another thing I did, I started to learn how to draw, and I'm getting pretty good at it last year. And man, if only I started doing those 2 things instead of playing Clash Royale. If I knew where Clash Royale was going to go, man, I probably would have stopped a lot sooner. But seeing the state of the game now, I wish I spent my time doing something way more productive instead of doing this game that is eventually going to try to grab all your money before it eventually crashes. Also, guys, if you guys want to see a weightlifting channel, hey, I'm looking for ideas. I'm not doing Clash for much longer. This year, I'm going to be playing more chess in Clash Royale, and unless something changes, man, I don't think I'm going to be posting too many Clash Royale videos in the near future. So I know this was kind of a different video and probably not as entertaining, but those are my thoughts of Clash Royale. I think it's a huge waste of time now. It's just like a corporation trying to take your money rather than like an actual game trying to be innovative and just developers trying to have fun. So that's all I had to say, and well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next video, probably not of Clash Royale. Bye-bye. Anything you want to say? Don't eat me. Don't eat me. No! Stop it! Okay. You scared me back. Alright.